2020 done. Now it's 2021. 2021, also the same fourth structure. Check it. 2021, fourth structure I said. ABCD is a horizontal path. The distance between the path AB, BC, CD are equal. Distances are the same. The parts of the paths AB and CD of a friction. AB and CD of a friction. The part BC is smooth. A trolley of mass 4 kg was placed at A. The horizontal force of 12 Newton was applied as shown in figure. The horizontal force of 12 Newton was applied as shown in the figure. When the trolley reached B, 12 Newton force was removed. The trolley that entered the part CD come to rest at D. The frictional force acting on the trolley when moving in the parts offering friction was 4 Newton. Indicate the nature of motion of the trolley from A to D. Complete the following table. Now, this is the motion. You should read the paragraph thoroughly, okay? There are some important points. If you missed one point, then you will get wrong. A, B. A, B, C, D. It is said AB equal to BC equal to CD. And there is a trolley of mass 4 kg. And what are the forces acting? And also it is said BC is smooth. This is smooth. This is friction. This surface is also have friction. Have friction means it is a rough surface. This is a smooth surface. This is a rough surface. Here they are giving a force of 12 Newton and a 4 Newton frictional force is acting. You know, 12 is greater than 4. Because 12 is greater than 4, it is obvious that the object will move in the forward direction. And what is the unbalanced force is acting? You know, 12 is greater than 4. 12 is in this direction minus 4 is in this direction. So there will be an unbalanced force acting in the forward direction. What is the unbalanced force? 12 minus 4 is 8. 8 Newton force will be acting in the forward direction. Now, because it has a force of 8 Newton in the forward direction, according to Newton's first law, if it has a force is directly proportional to acceleration. If it has a force, then there will be acceleration. If it has an acceleration, the motion of the trolley from A to B will have a constant acceleration motion. Because it has an external unbalanced force, there will be an acceleration from point A to point B. And also it is said, and also there is another important point. At point B, 12 Newton is removed. At point B, 12 Newton is removed. So it has moved with a constant acceleration, no? So it will be accelerating. Velocity will increase by point to point. From here to here, velocity increases. Here to here, velocity increases. Here to here, velocity increases. Once it reaches point B, let us assume that it has a velocity of v meter per second minus 1. Assume that it has a v meter per second minus 1. Now look here what's going to happen. It is said 12 Newton is removed. So there is no any force in the forward direction. It is also said surface is smooth. Then friction is also removed. No force in the forward direction, no force in the backward direction. So if force is equal to 0, acceleration 0, if acceleration 0, then the motion is uniform velocity. It will be moving from B to C with a uniform velocity, and once it reaches point C, what is the velocity? Its velocity is v meter per second minus 1. V meter per second minus 1. In the question it is said the object will come to rest. It means velocity will become 0. Initially it has a velocity decreases. Why the velocity decreases? If velocity decreases, it is obvious that the acceleration should be minus a. That is, it should be deceleration, not an acceleration. If there should be deceleration, then there should be a force acting to the opposite to the direction of motion. Now 12 Newton is removed here now, so no force in the forward direction. But you see, it is said that this surface is rough surface. If it is a rough surface, then it is said that from C to D, the surface is frictional surface. If it has a frictional surface, then there will be a 4 Newton force acting in the backward direction. So a force is acting opposite to the direction of motion. This is the direction of motion. Force is acting opposite to the direction of motion. Therefore, there will be deceleration and deacceleration. Therefore, velocity drops from v to 0. Therefore, what is the motion? From A to B, acceleration. From B to C, uniform velocity. From C to D, deceleration. So, marking all these, they are given 1 mark, 1 mark, 2, 1 mark. If you complete the table correctly, then you will get 3 marks. Now, we'll see the Roman number 2. This is for that is for Roman number 1, and we'll see Roman number 2. On the following, I'm going to clean this. If you want, mark it. I'm going to clean this, mark any important points. Roman number 2. What is the graph? Marking velocity. So, velocity divided by time. Velocity versus time. We are asking the VT graph. Velocity and time. So, how will the motion? You know, gradient under VT graph is acceleration. From A to B, motion is acceleration. What acceleration? Constant acceleration. Because it has a constant acceleration, then the gradient under VT graph should be a constant gradient from A to B. Now A to B is constant acceleration. Constant acceleration means it is constant gradient. Therefore, from A to B, we will have a constant acceleration. From B to C, what happened? B to C, it moves with uniform velocity. Uniform velocity means acceleration zero. If acceleration zero means gradient zero. Here, in a graph, if there is an angle, then there is a gradient. Graph, you can see the line that I have drawn is parallel to x-axis. So what is the angle created? Angle is zero. Here it has an angle. Angle between the line that I have drawn and the x-axis is theta. If it has a theta, then there will be gradient. Here you can see the line that I have drawn is parallel to this. Therefore, the angle created is zero. If angle zero, gradient zero. If gradient zero, acceleration zero. If acceleration zero, uniform velocity. Therefore, it will be moving with a uniform velocity. I have put this V in order to explain to you in the explanation. But they haven't given the velocity that it attain at B. At B, there will be a velocity, no, they haven't given that velocity. So, this is from A to B, from B to C, from C to D, there will be deceleration. Therefore, this is the graph. For marking, they have given one mark. To draw the shape of the graph, they have given one mark. Roman number 3. What is the unbalanced force acting on the trolley in its motion from A to D? I said you earlier, no? 12 Newton in the forward direction, 4 Newton in the backward direction. Therefore, unbalanced force is 12 minus 4, that is 8. And calculate the acceleration of the trolley during its motion from A to B. What's the acceleration? According to Newton's first law, now Roman number 3 is done. That is 12 minus 4 is equal to 8 Newton. Roman number 4, according to Newton's second law, force is equal to ma, A is equal to F divided by m, F is equal to 8, m what they have given, it's 4 kilogram, right? 8 by 4, therefore 2 meter per second minus 2. That's it. The B part is under effect of turning effect of force. We'll discuss the topic under it. Now 2021 is also done. 2021 done. If you want, note it down. I'm going to clean this. Then we are going to move to 2022. That's the last question. In 2023, there wasn't any question in part 2. But in 2021 finished. I'm to clean this.